Hi guys, just playing around in the Painting VR app, virtual reality painting or digital art app. It's quite fantastic if you ask me. Just laying down some background here for painting and makeup. Just put some ultramarine down, a bit of grey, some Australian crimson and some cadmium yellow there. I'm going to make some sort of painting out of it, not sure what I'm going to do yet. We've got the paintbrush controls on the side there, so each brush you get, you've got a bit of a small menu there. I've just chosen or colour picked Payne's Grey. I'll just lighten it a little bit so it don't go on too thick. And there we go, and it'll mix nicely with that blue there. Mixes quite nice. Don't cover it up, don't block it out, just it's like a transparent coating. And I'll just kind of work my layers up. You can see the smudge along there. You can control that smudge at the top there, or you know how the paint goes on, which is quite good. I'm going to dab in some clouds. I've not used this brush for this before, so it was kind of an experiment. So I think it worked quite well. I'm using it to just dab on or dab out. Normally I do this with tissue, scrunched up tissue, and I'll dab it on the paint, and it pulls the shapes out, and it kind of represents clouds. And now probably got a bit of grey in there, and I'm going to kind of dab around and give a bit of form to these shapes, and darken them up a little bit. And it will kind of represent clouds. It's not a photorealistic painting, as you can see, but it's more of an abstract. It's more of a feeling. I'm trying to paint a feeling, if you know what I mean. I'll bang in some, I'll colour pick off the painting, and I'll bang in some background there, give it a bit of interest. I'll just dab it in. And using that flat brush, it's quite useful. They've got quite a few brushes now, they keep adding to them. I'll just experimenting as I go along. I'll just pull some of that paint down and colour pick like that off the canvas. There we go. Get a bit of that cloud, that sky colour in there. I'll just drop it down a bit. This is quite useful, so you're not having to keep breaking away from the painting to mix a colour or pick some off your pad. You can just colour pick it as you go along. Now I'm using a fine flat brush there. Each brush has got its own controls as well, which is pretty useful. Just banging in some detail there, pretty much making it up as I go along. You're just getting the mode. You're in a world of your own when you're in this environment. And there's the controls there, so you can pick off there. You can adjust its parameters, and I'll just splodge in a few waves there. I think. Let's just bang them in, see what they look like. If you don't like them, you can always undo and paint over them. I think you've got about 3 undos. But I just generally paint over them anyway, because that's what you'd be doing in real life. If you make a mistake, you just paint over it, paint it out. So it's quite an enjoyable app, this. I'm using this on the Quest 1 headset, because that's what I originally bought this painting app for. It's called Painting VR. I've used it on the Quest 2 headset, but you can't access your videos because you're logging on as a kind of guest player. So if they do some more developments to this, I might actually buy it again, so I can use it on the Quest 2 headset and access my videos. And I'm just putting in some background details. It does actually look better in the headset as well. I think it's down to the video quality of the Quest recording. They're not the best quality recordings. They kind of leave everything with a blue cast. Yeah, I think I'll change the left hand side. I'll try and make it more thundery. Or I'll have a go at making it more thundery. So I'm getting stuck in doing too fiddly bits really. I should have just blocked it all in as fast as I can. You start fiddling about like that, you start making a mess. Now I'm just going to paint over that right hand side. Now I'm just going to try and give the impression of some foreboding clouds coming in, and the sea is a bit rough, whereby you can't distinguish between the splashing of the waves and the clouds rolling in, the dark clouds rolling in. I put a bit of red in there so it looks a bit more thundery. See, I'm altering the intensity of the smudge there, so it's getting the paint will be going on a bit heavier or a bit sharper. Yeah, I prefer that than having land on the right hand side. I'll just have a tinker about with it for a bit. I hope it's coming across as what I'm imagining it to come across. It's like I say, I'm just experimenting with it. It's more fun than setting up paints and paper and then having to clean everything afterwards. I'd imagine if you're well into your paintings, some people spend hours and days on paintings, don't they? I'd imagine they'd do some masterpieces in this. You have the option as well to dry the paint or keep it wet, which alters the effect as well, or you can have the environmental light on or off. I prefer it on. When you turn it off, everything looks too blue. I've got it on at the moment. You can see it shimmering off the canvas, and there we go. It's more or less done. It's more or less got the feel I want. And if you like that, you can please like and subscribe. I'll try and get some more of this content. Don't forget to hit that like button. Yeah, I'm just still having a bit of a tinker though. Trying to get the effect that I'm after. Sometimes I can't stop tinkering around with it and I ruin it and put too much in, but it is what it is. I'm kind of after a certain effect and I hope it comes across. Anyway, thanks for watching, and the program's called Painting VR. Let us know what you think, and bye for now.